I need to do the intro again actually, because I didn't mute the song, right?
You stop being such a noob!
I'm being a noob tonight, right? Noob night on
Scots with
IndiScots, right? That totally fucked me up there at the start, those screen regions though, they've worked every week for fucking months. Then the night they're just like, screw you, trust. But here we go. Welcome everybody and welcome to the IndiScots Scots with Soul podcast. It's week 42 and this week we have MrTickles in a bad mood with me because I fucked it up.
We had a fucking podcast 2 weeks ago and everyone hated it. You fuck up like the very intro and everyone's loving it.
Yeah, because I could do no wrong. But yes, Tickles is here. Serena is with us this week. Welcome, Serena.
Hello.
And YaldiTime is making a return. And Kelly, it was him that was fucking you over in your stream earlier.
Being called out.
How are you doing, Yaldi, son? We'll start with him. I like to put Yaldi on the
I know
spot.
the answer. I'm just panicking.
No, do what we done. Do what we done 2 weeks ago. Just go.
Do the intro like that. Hi, everybody. In fact, my camera's miles away.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, I think I'll step back here.
Okay. It's a good angle. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, welcome everybody. I need to bring my chat up. Sorry for the false start. My screen regions usually work flawlessly every week and they've totally screwed me over this week. So sorry for the false start. But Yaldi, we're going to start with you. Have you figured out your answer? How about you, San? And welcome.
I don't know how I am.
He's put me on the spot. I don't know how I feel anymore.
Being attacked.
I need to get a crosshairs and put it on you later on.
What? I feel like
Shut up!
I feel like Yaldi's like, you know how like you got those like comedy programs, right? And it's always got that one guy and he doesn't need to say anything, he's just fucking hilarious. Yaldi's that guy, he just sits there like,
Oh.
and then everyone laughs their ass off.
That's why if we're going to do a boy band, he needs to be the main act. Yaldi's the lead singer. He
We
needs
are
to be the
starting a
main
boy
man. And
Right.
the Scots boy band. But yes, Tickles, how are you this week, son? And welcome back.
I'm good. Alright, you know.
Plugging away. Enjoyed the community friends night that we had the other night. That was good. I
It
really
wasn't
enjoyed
community
that.
friends night, it was community associates night because you were there.
Shots are firing
yeah.
already, guys. The shots
It
are
was-
firing already.
It was really fun. We had full teams all night.
Yeah, man.
And I think this week it's going to be me again, and I think the week afterward is going to be you. And
I'm going to be
then
doing
back to me,
Killing
and
Floor
then-
on PS4 when it's my week, because I'll be able to fill out a game on PS4.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. Yeah. And then what are you doing, Yaldi? Like,
Yaldi's just he's in one of the moods tonight where he's just. But yes, Serena, how are you? And
Yes,
welcome to the
it's
IndiScots
Serena.
podcast. Thanks for
Hi.
coming.
It's alright. I feel rather exposed. I've got my pile of crap over there that I'm just going to forever just sit like this all evening. Just, don't look at my pile of crap. I've been exposed. But yeah.
Don't worry, Stewie's when Stewie comes on, his pile of crap's behind him and he doesn't even try and hide it, so you're already a step in front of Stewie. It's alright.
No, I'll take that win.
What is Yaldi
Yeah,
doing?
Yaldi,
right
you're
now?
alright tonight. You're trying to be a
It's
Simpson.
live
mate.
Instagram.
It's disco time with Yaldi. Disco time with Yaldi. But yeah, like if anybody that was there on Friday night, we were playing Left 4 Dead.
Never looked better.
And what's it called? It's called Back 4 Blood. Is the new game that has been released by the same studio. I don't know if it's going to be like oh, well done, Truss. I've fucking done it again and it's not worked. Back 4 Blood. If I type that in right, I have typed it in right.
I hate to pick at straws here as well, but my
I'll get it.
grapes.
Your grapes are away because my thing fucked up. Hold on till I get this Back 4 Blood.
Alright, well whilst you're fucking about, I'm gonna do the same thing as Yaldi and start messing around.
Right,
my
okay.
way.
But are you
I look
looking
like
forward
a bad
to
guy
it?
from like an 80s film.
I don't even know how you guys are doing that. Like, what?
OBS.
They're just
I'm
getting
not
into their
doing it,
settings.
I'm doing mine in OBS.
Are you?
Wow. Well, have you literally just got a screen cap through Discord or OBS?
No, I can control the camera settings through OBS.
Oh.
Oh, I look 6!
Let's go, boy.
I don't even think I can do that.
Hold on. Yeah, I can get it better.
Right, here we go. We're going away for them and their screwy cameras. If you've gotten sick and tired of waiting for a Left 4 Dead 3 announcement, good news. Turtle Rock Studios, the developer behind Left 4 Dead and Evolve, is making a new co-op zombie FPS. It's not an official sequel, but even the name is familiar, Back 4 Blood, so it's named similarly as well. It sounds like a statement of intent from the developer, a bold one, but studio co-founder Phil Robb says that Turtle Rock isn't resting on its laurels. Our goal is to take all we've learned and push forward. We know that it's a tall order, he said. We're growing the team considerably because we're stepping up to the biggest challenge in the studio's history. We know this title has to stand out and we fully intend to make that happen. So, it sounds as if they're really going to go for it. They're going to try and make something like Left 4 Dead and try and rival it.
When you say that it's made by the same people, the people that made Left 4 Dead was Valve.
But that's what it says. It says the developer behind Left 4 Dead, Turtle Rock Studios.
It could have been the team who were at Valve have then left and moved over to whoever's making this new one.
Was Turtle Rock the people that made Evolve?
Yes, that's what it says there as well, yeah.
Right. Because Evolve, that was actually a good game, but then it had a really terrible launch.
Aye, it's one of the games that had a bad launch, didn't it? And it just didn't do well because of it. Like Evolve's, it's even still the premise of it sounds really good. Do you know what I mean? Like you go, like one person goes the big evolving creature, and you've all got to survive against me. The more people I kill, the more level ups I get, more abilities I get. Do you know what I mean? So
we should do that for community games now, because it's free to play now.
Is it? That is it.
Servers are shut down though.
Oh.
What?
Servers are shut down.
Can somebody no run a
What?
server?
Oh.
Is that not
I'm pretty
possible?
sure they shut the servers down.
But can one of us no host a game? No, is it no?
No.
No.
Probably not.
Then the server would be going through them.
Mm.
So
That's a
we done
shame.
that. We played at Serena, didn't we?
Yeah.
The dedicated
Yeah, we
servers
did.
for Vault
Yeah, we played
opened
it
on
for a while.
September
It's alright.
3rd,
Actually, this is
2019.
a good opportunity because we haven't done this yet. So like I've known COD and Yaldi for about 3 months now, but
Best
Serena and
friends
I,
forever for 3 months.
That's probably a
unfortunately,
fucking long time.
Serena and I have been mates for about 2 years now. And she even visited me. She came up to Scotland for nearly a week.
Yeah.
And ever since then, she's been saying like, you know, I just think you're the coolest guy. Like, I thought you were the coolest guy before I met you, but then when I met you in
now
real
I
life,
realised I was so wrong.
like,
Like, I need to get me some
she's
new
saying
friends,
that,
some
but
cooler people.
She doesn't
like...
mean her words right now. She doesn't mean those words.
Now you
yeah,
know what
no,
it
like,
feels like, eh, Tickles?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. But no, so that's so Serena's here tonight, because she's one of my really good mates, really good. So yeah, please treat her with the same respect you would show.
And we were in desperate need of a
Me.
female on here because we've not had a female on here for a while. So thank you, Serena.
Serena has a dick.
I am variety. Well, yes.
Well, no, Serena has a dick. So
I mean,
Right, is that what she calls her boyfriend?
I'm pretty sure if you ask most of my community, they'd tell you I have a 4,000-mile long dick, so I can
It's
port
true.
to America on it.
sometimes at night I can feel it poking me in the eye.
Fuck off,
yeah.
Serena.
back to the Back 4 Blood.
Yeah.
The
Oh
Back
yeah,
4
sorry,
Blood.
carry on.
Is it something we're looking forward to? A new Left 4 Dead
Really?
style game?
I love anything that's zombie related. That's like first person. I'm even looking forward to World War Z, but I think that this game's going to be. Do we have any release date?
It
It's
doesn't.
like
Hold on, I'll read a wee bit more. Turtle Rock's not ready to go into specifics just yet. Just that it will be a premium co-op zombie FPS with new features, and while the Left 4 Dead comparisons will be inevitable, the developer says that an original IP with a lot of new stuff that's unique to Back 4 Blood, it will have a PvP, a campaign, and it won't be a battle royale. Will not. Negative
I
on
just
the
remembered
battle
something.
royale.
I just remember something.
Shocker.
This actually ties into something that I read last year, and that's that. Okay, so in Valve, they invite random people to come to their studios and all that stuff to come see what everyone's doing, things like that, right? And during the last Dota 2 International, they had a couple of big YouTubers, things like that, going around the studio. And one guy saw on one of the PC studio thing, he took a picture of it and released it as a leak, and it had a Left 4 Dead 3. So I imagine that this guy had something to do with this Back 4 Blood thing. And that's
Yeah.
maybe what they were calling it at the time.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
it, you know, like
Because
it was
it's based on it's obviously a spiritual
Back
successors.
4 Bloods. It's got the 4 in the middle, you
Yeah.
know. So yeah.
Probably built off what would have been Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
It's
what
just
they
that
don't
they
make
probably
this
just got tired of it.
I think that ties
Everyone
into
knows
what
that Valve
Serena
can't
said
concentrate.
earlier as well, that it might be a team of people that used to work for Valve that are now doing Turtle Rock Studios, and they get fed up with trying to get funding from Valve or whatever, and now they're just making this other game called Back 4 Blood because they're not allowed to use the Left 4 Dead IP,
Uh-huh.
which
But
makes a lot of
But
sense.
they're allowed to put the 4 in the middle, so as that you recognise that as something to do with Left 4
Yeah.
Dead. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really excited about it. Like, I didn't know anything about it until you said it to me today. So yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Aye, I'm looking forward to it as well because like Left 4 Dead's one of those games that I would have played a lot more if I had people to play with, and that's why I'm glad that you're playing it because
You mean friends?
But it's no, my friends were always playing something else. Do you know what I mean? Left 4 Dead was something. It was either a PC game or an Xbox game, and I didn't have either. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I only got my first PC, my gaming laptop, 5 years ago. That was my first PC. Do you know what I mean? So up to that point, I didn't really know PC gaming. That's why last night I'm like, how do I set or Friday? How do I set my controller up? Because I still don't like the mouse and keyboard controls. I fucking hate them. I'd rather have my controller on at max sensitivity. Like fuck it.
Serena, do you want to comment on what you just said?
I mean, I can't comment. I mean, you've had a PC longer than me. I got my first PC pretty much a bit over 2 years ago. Until then, I was purely Xbox. And yeah.
But you've
But I've
adapted to the keyboard and mouse.
I have adapted. I'm very much PC Master Race now.
That was almost a test for me to see how polite Serena is being tonight.
No, like,
Because she's usually like that. Fucking cunts
Yeah.
with fucking use controllers on their
She totally
PCs.
is.
I'll fucking rip their throats out.
no, I was like that until actually I came up to Scotland because Tickles, even
Grim.
you can't deny, Grim.
Yeah.
Grim, I didn't even know he played with a controller, and he plays on PC with a controller and keeps up with us, and not just keeps up, but he's better than us.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
but
I mean,
it's a valid point. It might not be better, but if he keeps up with the controller, do you know what I mean? What's the difference? If it's what he's comfortable with, it's what he's comfortable with.
For certain games, it does hold you back. PUBG, for example.
Certain games, FPS games, it requires more skill to use a controller than mouse and keyboard. It's why everyone in the Pro League use mouse and keyboard because it is better.
Aye, because it's quicker. It is quicker. You can't turn a controller up to the sensitivity that you can move a mouse about. I do understand that. Yeah.
Yaldi, you were going to say something a second ago, but what were we going to say?
He's a man of few words tonight.
What? You were going to say something about the controller thing with the keyboard and mouse.
No, I wasn't. What I did find out though is Evolve is still on peer-to-peer.
Oh, so you can still host a server?
Going back.
That's
So
good.
We can still. do
Yeah.
that. Okay.
That is
Alright,
good
well,
news.
then we can do that at some point.
But see, on the topic of controllers as well, I want to
no,
just talk
Mike.
about this Google controller, right? Like,
Oh, I've seen this.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're doing a console or it's a streaming service that they're releasing a
It's
controller for.
PlayStation controller.
It's pretty much a PlayStation controller. Yeah, it's right there.
It's a less ergonomic PlayStation controller.
Yeah, what they've basically done is got a picture of a PS4 controller and then got a 3-year-old to draw it.
PlayStation controller for unknown.
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty cool, actually.
I think
I
it.
think-
It's got the voice
What they're trying to do
thing.
is- I think they're trying to push into the Steam Link because that's going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are? Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so I think they're trying. If they can get that running on Android through TVs, then a controller for that.
There you
Well,
go.
It's smaller than a PlayStation controller, and my hands are fucking massive. Like
Just
hold-
baby controller.
My hands on a PlayStation controller. My thumbs already hit each other when playing with it. There's no fucking
It looks
way
like you're trying to
I'm
make
gonna
it Princess
use that.
Butterfly.
I look like I'm a fucking giant.
That's how you play it. Just,
I know. I'm going to play
Hold on.
some PlayStation
Switch
4,
back so you can
guys.
see what they're doing.
yeah.
I played the outro by accident. Shit.
Fucking hell, man.
I swear. It's because I like it that much, right? Build this network on Scots with. So, but aye, sorry. Google has filed a patent for a controller. Well, a notification system for a controller. It will let you know if you've got an invite from a friend, launch an app, or even tell tell you about your leaderboard status change. This also gives us some idea of what Google might be aiming for with its rumoured streaming service, which is expected to be announced at GDC. When is GDC? What's GDC? It doesn't even link to tell you.
Quick.
That's what I was thinking, aye. But, right, the
Julia
diagram...
does pop.
Not for Twitch, isn't it? No. The diagrams accompanying the patent aren't necessarily going to reflect what we see when the controller is properly announced. However, there are examples of what a controller with a notification system could look like. No attempt is made to show structural details in more detail than may be necessary for a fundamental understanding of the disclosed subject matter and the various ways in which it may be practiced. So, in other words, it might not end up looking like that. It's just a very early mock-up. Like how you Yaldi, what's your thoughts?
I'm just laughing because I said games done quick, and I'm like, quick doesn't start with a C, you fucking twat.
You tried.
You work in a call center. Can you imagine being like, is that C for quick?
People that do that when they phone in, like, but still, I was sitting there like, wait a minute.
Is that a C for quick?
That's not right.
Whoopsie, I'm just going to do this for the rest of the podcast, right?
Can I just say, Candonian, he let us know, Games Development Conference.
Games Development Conference. When is that, Candonian? Because that's when it's going to be announced. So
It's like an Xbox controller, PS controller, and Joy-Cons and Google bought the child. Yeah, true.
aye.
Actually, did you see it's later this month, apparently? I just had a quick Google.
I don't see
What's the
what
date for GDC?
It's a controller.
18th to the 22nd of March. So that's literally starting tomorrow, running through till Friday.
So it's announced tomorrow then? There you go. Sorry, Tickles, what were
Well,
you saying?
at some
No, I
point
was
next
just gonna say,
week.
I just don't see what it's a controller. That
Nothing
But
to
it's
be as
their
extra as
controller.
my controller.
everyone makes such a fucking big deal. I know your controller is something different.
But it's the
no,
are
everyone
they
makes
bringing
a
a
fucking
console
huge
out?
deal.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
It's
that's
the
it. But you don't need
repercussions.
it. Like, right? How many people play on their phones nowadays?
Yeah.
PUBG Mobile.
But-
Sabrina, you
that's-
play
that's-
PUBG Mobile, or you used to?
I did. I still do some, but then there's controllers for the mobiles now. Like, you get a tiny little controller that, like, you kind of just hold like that and have to make a butterfly over. Like, you literally just rest it on the table and do that on it now. No, that's just how you type on the new keyboard system, like that.
But
no,
Wait.
like that's the whole thing. Just
Daniel, this fucking controller, if you've just got back, this one, the one that Google have released an early image of. and
the
some
one thing that I do
schematics.
like, straight off the bat, the one thing that I really like is that they've basically got the same thing as what I don't know if any of you have an Amazon Fire Stick.
No, I
but-
don't have one, no.
It's got a button on the remote, and you can just say you can speak into the remote, and you can be like, play me. For me, it's always play Bigfoot documentaries, and then it does, and I feel happy about that.
well,
I don't
think
need to
that's probably
search for
fine.
it; it
That's
just does
probably
it for
what
me.
they're trying to get to, because like the Chromecast, which is like Google's equivalent to the Fire Stick, they don't have a controller for that. That's all, you run it through your phone or your computer or whatever you want. But they don't have a physical controller or anything for it. So it could be that's
be just
initially what
that.
it's for.
Yeah.
I just don't see
At
why they
least
would bring out.
initially.
But right, so we're talking about a streaming service from Google, right? So Steam recently have announced that they're going to be doing Steam, your Steam Link Anywhere, which means that if you have a Steam Link, you can play your PC games wherever the fuck you are in the world.
On whatever the fuck you want, aye.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the thing. But with Google though, it's like they can't do Google Play Anywhere because that's what your fucking phone's for. You're not going to carry a fucking controller in your back pocket when you go and play fucking Candyland or whatever the fuck it's called. You're going to be like, oh, I'm going to swipe on my fucking screen. Like,
But see if it's
so-
small enough though. Do you know what I mean? Like that picture of it doesn't really
Well, then
represent scale all
Yaldi's
that
gonna
well.
be- Yaldi's hands will envelop that. You know?
Well, tough luck for Yaldi.
Like a fat man.
Well, actually, no,
carrying
we're
a
saying
very
it's
small lady.
small. We're saying it looks small, but that's just the image. It could technically, but if you look at the size of the buttons compared to the body, it could technically be massive, and just the buttons are regular size, and just really,
Nice.
like you sit there and you have your controller.
Like, if you want to press the A button, it's
Yeah.
like with your elbow,
Like,
your combo.
because the buttons do look really small in comparison to the body, especially when you look at another controller. The buttons take up a lot of the space.
Yeah,
Massive.
but the thing that I'm struggling to gather from this is, what are they going to be going for here? Because is it a console, or are they going to be doing something like video?
Candonian says in chat they're doing a game streaming service, and I did read that a few weeks ago as well, that they were planning a game streaming service. So maybe that's what.
And what do you mean by that? Do you mean like a streaming service?
Game?
Yeah. Are you? But does that mean like Twitch? Are you going to be?
I think
streaming
it's got to be something
on
similar to like PlayStation Now. Like they'll have like computers that run the game, and then it just gets streamed to you, so as you can be.
Yeah, like that in the video thing that they've got as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So as that your PC doesn't have, so as you can be playing on a fucking potato if you want, playing a nice, cool.
So
Do you know what I mean? A big flashy game.
So what they're going to be doing is releasing their own platform, like Epic and what's the other one? Origin. So it's going to be like a Google platform for gaming.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't think you're going to buy the games on it. I think it'll be like a subscription service, and you get to play the games that are on it.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And it'll be they'll put certain games on it.
I don't think it's going to work.
It sounds like a good idea, but would any game developers want to put their games on there?
I don't know if any new games will be on it, but remember, it's Google. They've got the money to back this up. If they want to make this work, they'll make this work. It's as simple as that.
But then especially with Steam pushing the Link Anywhere stuff, like that's already something that's got like it's Steam. They have almost any game.
But with the Steam Anywhere stuff, it needs to be running on your PC.
I find it really fucking ridiculous that they're pushing for Steam Link Anywhere, but then they ceased to make Steam Links anymore.
I feel like the Steam Link was a good idea with a bad launch, possibly.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
Because-
got one for like £4 or £5.
Oh yeah, but you're looking them up now. Like you can buy one on like eBay or even like Amazon have a few sometimes, and they're hundreds of pounds now because they are collector's items essentially because they stop production.
Yeah, and people.
I'm really
I
tempted
bought
to
one
sell
for
mine now.
£2.
Sorry,
Oh no,
Aldi?
wait another few years, you'll get a
I've
grant.
got mine for £2. I've not opened it.
Mate.
Mate, eBay it, you'll get like a few hundred at least.
Easy
Profit.
peasy.
Like
It's over there somewhere.
Yeah, he's actually looking there. No,
Yeah,
I
I got it.
think-
I was like, all right, cool.
Throw it in
No,
the
I've
corner.
I've made so much use of mine. Like, see, like if I'm like having a bad day or you know if I'm ill or whatever, it's awesome that you can just be like, Hannah, could you turn on the PC down the stairs? Thanks. And then I'm just like that. It's awesome. It's awesome. You don't need to get out of bed. It's great.
yeah, you don't need to get out of bed, just get a wife to go and turn your PC on.
Yeah,
And then
there's
do
two things that you require in that: a wife or partner that's willing to go down the stairs and
Asterix,
PC for you.
wife
And a Steam
required.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks for watching,
always,
Daniel, and have a
Daniel.
nice time. Alright.
Catch you later, man.
Bye then.
Did you see the guy that spent a week in VR? Did you see this?
Oh,
I actually haven't even heard of this.
The guy spent a full week in VR. He made him and his company, I think, made the headset, right? It's like they've got a camera on the front of it, and it can see what you're looking at, and it like kind of.
So like eyes.
Yeah, it imposes it over the top, right? This is just a video. I've just got a link to the new, but it's
I
just.
mean, the Vive does that.
But look, there's the guy in the shower. Do you know what I mean? And there's the.
A bit inappropriate, isn't it?
Aye. Like there he's playing a game, right?
Nipples!
That's alright. Don't worry about that.
Bring it back on his head.
I had a bag on his head in the shower with the VR. He literally wore it everywhere because he can see the world round about him. But he was saying when he came out that that it was a big mistake. He shouldn't have done it. It had a bad effect on him, and he felt enclosed for a lot of it.
His brain is fucked now.
Aye, his brain is mush now. Yeah, pretty much. See if this video would just start playing, that would be amazing.
This seems like just a more immersive Google, like, it's still a daydream, but do you remember, it was either Google or Microsoft, they had this, like, VR with a clear bit of glass there?
Oh yeah, Google.
So
Google
not
Glass.
Google Glass, better than that, but it was like a full-on, like
Oh.
ski goggles, and it was
Right.
more AR,
Right.
so
Still sounds like Google Glass.
HoloLens. No, Cardonia knows.
Oh,
HoloLens.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that is it. Yeah.
Like, this just seems like a more intense version of that.
Right, well, here's him explaining a wee bit of what he's actually up to, right?
Working out,
I'll just pretend I can hear it.
eating breakfast, and going to work.
Very good.
But he gives
we,
himself
just
30
hours
seconds to
to
switch
the
headsets so
20
as he can see what he's doing.
KG
No, he closes his eyes.
64 says, "Love what you're doing here, but don't you think the challenge would be more effective?"
Now
if
he's
you couldn't
streaming
see
on
real
Twitch and
world?
everything,
In
so
future,
he had a full
everyone
week in
needs
VR. But like,
virtual
is that something you
augmented
guys think
reality.
you could do? Like
For a week?
spend for like an extended period of time, say like 8 hours or something like that.
No, because
like, I've
been in
done
my
4
life
or
for at
5.
least 6 hours before, and when you come out, you definitely feel like you're not in your own body.
yeah,
so-
yeah.
Also,
Like-
like you got to build up to it, like, because I don't know about you, Yardi, but like when I first started using my Vive, I got a bit like VR nausea. You wouldn't get with every game, but sometimes the movement, like you'd be standing still, but you'd move your character and your stomach would go.
Yeah, like for the first couple hours, if you're trying to do like slide movements and stuff, you'll be like, oh fucking hell, what's going on?
Yeah.
The floor's not moving, but I'm moving.
I think
Aye.
I think for me,
Pretty bad.
Sabrina and I have talked about this before. Is that when you're streaming, you're the same. You're still the same person, but you're this
Amplified.
amplified. No, yeah,
Better, yeah.
yeah, pretty much because you emphasize all these things and you act in a certain way and all this stuff. But sometimes if you do a really really long stream, like I've streamed, I think my longest I've streamed for about 14 hours.
Yeah.
And it's when you come off of stream, sometimes it's really difficult to be like, for me to be like not a sarcastic, ignorant Fanny to Hannah. She's like, oh, hi, like, how was the stream? I'm like, fucking great, thanks. It's like,
It carries over.
yeah, it really does, and like, I feel like that's the thing. Like, you need that downtime to ground yourself, to remind yourself you're not this absolute cunt. Like, if but
not
that guy's been doing that for a fucking week. Not only is this whole thing.
I mean, you seen him in the shower
brain-
as well, man. Do you know what I mean?
Like, serious. Like, what did he do when he was sleeping?
He wore the headset. Like he said, I watched the video a couple of days ago,
Yeah.
and he said that when he was going to sleep, he just put something on Netflix and just lie there, and just fall asleep with Netflix when he sees it. Tickles is astounded like that. That's a great idea. I like that part.
What I'm thinking about right now, right? What I'm thinking about right now is I assume that he streamed that 24/7 for a week.
He didn't stream it 24/7.
No?
No, he only streamed
No, no.
sometimes. But he was in
Right.
he was in a VR headset for
No,
24
because
hours a
I
day.
was just thinking to myself, like, and that means that he's not had intimate times
Maybe he
with
did.
himself or his
Basically, he
partner
hasn't
for a
wanked
week.
for a week.
No, I mean, he's
pretty
obviously
much.
not going to put that in the video, but he's like, mate,
Well,
he's
of
no-
course he's not going to put that in the video. That's what I was saying. Is that like 24/7?
Recording VR titties.
Then we're back after our short break. You know? So how do we know that he actually done that for a week? Because
Well, all I know is how awkward is it going for like a shit or
Well, he did record it. He did record it for a week, so he maybe did forgo on
And then also,
Happy
like,
Times.
did he go outside into the world, or like, was he literally just in his house
he
for a
was
week?
in his house.
He was in his house, aye. In his house for a week.
for a week.
With VR, with VR or without, like,
With,
you'd go a bit cuckoo with that anyway.
well, I suppose
He
that you'd
said-
get a wee bit cabin fever, wouldn't you?
He said for to be social, he would go on like VR chat and stuff, and I'm like, VR chat's just full of absolute.
I'm
fucking
sorry,
degenerates.
that's not a good
There's
social.
no-
Into rec room with the
You're not gonna get any
14-year-olds.
social life from absolute fucking cretin.
See, psychologically, right? I'm thinking about this psychologically now. That when he comes off of that after a full week of doing that, he's gonna be like, "Is this real or is that not real?"
Oh, his peripheral vision's gonna just scare the fuck out of him all the
Yeah,
time because he would
that's
have
gonna
lost
be
it for a week.
terrifying. And not only that,
Yeah.
that's like
I didn't
I'm
think
sure
about that,
that
Serena,
would-
aye.
Yeah,
That would be-
Peripheral
that-
vision's completely
because
gone.
the-
Everything's in
the
the
range
VR,
of
it's
view-
right there in the centre of the VR screen, isn't it?
especially if he doesn't have like a new one with like the wider range. It's like you got about 90 degrees, so it's like suddenly he's got everything, and he's like, something moved. Freaks out. Just something moves over there, and he just
he's got a
Lost
cat. He's got a cat at the side. He's like, "Oh my god!"
literally.
Guys, I've got a phone call. You know why? So
Cool.
I'll
Take
be
your phone
back
call.
in like
Take your phone
two
call.
minutes.
That's
Okay.
cool. But guys, we done a few weeks ago. We done an event called Game Blast, and Game Blast gave us 5 codes, 5 games on Steam. I think it's Sonic and I can't remember the other games. Tickles will tell you when he comes back with the games actually. All right, but we're gonna just draw 5 names. There's all the names of the people that donated. Right, they're all in this box. So we're just going to draw 5 names. Right. So first name is Pigeon, right? Hold on, I need to mark these down in my book so who's actually getting the game codes, right? But the first one is Pigeon. I'm no whitelisting anything on my ad blocker, not a chance. Code winners. But did you see any of the Game Blast stuff, Serena? Do you know about Game Blast?
I didn't. No, I've actually never heard of them.
They're a great charity. They help
Charity.
they help disabled gamers and people who can't like see. We were talking about controllers and that earlier, and
Yeah.
Tickles talking about big controllers. They make like custom controllers for people that don't have fine motor skills, can't use a keyboard, or do you know what I mean? Only ever use maybe
That's
one or
awesome.
2. So we done that, and this is just to reward the people that came by and donated. We raised 515 quid for them,
Nice.
which was really good. Right, so the first winner was Pigeon. Second winner is Kasara. Tickles, what was the games that it was Sonic? What was the games that
It was Sonic Unleashed and Alien vs Predator on the Xbox 360, but it's on backwards compatibility on the Xbox One.
There you go, sorted.
Don't shout at us that it's only on Xbox. We didn't get a choice. We were given the codes.
Hey, Kelly won one. Sweet, Kelly got one. So Pigeon, Kasara, Kelly 81. We've got 2 more names we need to draw. Another one. Dacast wins one. Stop asking me to whitelist. It's not going to happen. Dacast. And the final one. It's Casual Guy.
I don't know who most of those people are.
I know.
Who's Kelly?
Who is this Kelly guy? He's the only one I don't know.
I don't know how you're wanting to sort out who gets what codes. I guess just ask if anyone has a.
We'll basically do it first come, first serve. Everybody, like, if they join the Discord, just type in !Discord and we'll do it through the Discord over the next few days. So,
Yep.
like, if you're one of those people, if you're Pigeon, Kelly, Kasara, or Darkcast, I'll be announcing them tomorrow as well. But if you get in there before, we'll just do it first come, first serve to pick the games.
Which leads me on to what we were talking about earlier on. Is this okay to do this little announcement thing that we were going to talk about
Fire
special
away,
effects?
Fire away.
Okay, so when we were doing the relay for special effects a couple of weeks ago now, one of the lovely people from special effects came into my stream and said, like, would I like some sort of permanent association with them? And I said, yeah, totally, I would love that. And is it like, basically, we're going to get IndiScots involved as well. So the people that were part of the relay,
I would
which
say
were-
everybody who was part of the weekend and the people
you've
who...
got the list.
I've got the wee list here. Codate My Dog, Tickles123, Mr. Tickles123, YaldiTime, StewAC, The Fort Chronicles, Trislocated, Dacast, Kelly81 and SM Viper.
So all you guys, if you want, it's not like you're not obligated. If you would like to continue supporting them by having a button on your channel and
A link
things
to
like
their
that.
website or a wee
Yep.
diagram of what they're all
And-
about or whatever.
And they also said to me that we don't need to wait for Game Blast each year to do a fundraiser for special effects. We can do it like pretty much whenever we want.
That's
So
because the Just Giving page is there the whole year round, they said,
Mhm.
didn't they?
exactly. So yeah, basically they've said that we can do that. So if you want to get involved with doing that, I've got the stuff and COD's got the stuff. If you want to add that to your channel, and
Yeah, like, guys, if you want, join the Discord and we'll be announcing that in the Discord tomorrow and I'll be sorting that out. Any of those names. So, like, me, you and YaldiTime are here. So if StewAC, Fort Chronicles, Trislocated, Dacast, Kelly, or SM Viper wants the buttons and stuff like that, we'll fix that in the Discord tomorrow, as well as sorting the people out with their games codes who won.
the next fundraiser we do, we should get Sabrina involved.
I was asking, so I told Serena we'd done that one. It'd be nice to have you involved in the next one.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to do
down.
Game Blast. I don't think we're going to do Special Effect next because we've just done them. I think we're going to go do a different charity, and I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we'll do a wee poll and see.
Yeah, we had a kind of conversation about that at one point. I'd quite like to do that. The one that we talked about.
Yeah, I'd quite like to do that as well. Aye.
You're still on Google, by the way.
Oh, am I? Shit, so am I. Right, fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Way, it was on the wrong bit. But aye, we'll do a wee poll and we'll have a few charities, like say 3 charities, and we'll let people choose, and the one that's chose the most, that's the one we'll do it for. So
Totally.
keep your eyes on the Discord over the next few days, guys. You seen the new Dead Cells? Dead Cells is getting a new DLC. I know you used Yaldi and Tickles will like that.
Serena likes it as well. She played it while she was here.
Yeah, I did, but there was improvement over the evening.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
good improvement in your sucking over the week.
You were better than Grim.
Yes, Grim's sucking didn't improve over the week.
Definitely not.
Grim took ages to stop.
But aye, Dead Cells is one of the games I've not really played. And I don't really know what's coming with the DLC. I was kind of hoping you guys would take a front on this.
Do we know what the
Bonus, bonus
DLC?
too.
I've
Involved?
just thrown you right in the deep end. Like, here, do it. What's coming in the new DLC? Tell
I
me.
don't know.
Tell me all
I
about
don't fucking know.
Tell me all about it, Tickles.
I'm
Come
a streamer. I just play the games. I'm the talent. I don't need to do this.
Research. Where is research?
I don't know.
Welcome back, Candonian.
On the night. Serena,
Turn
do you know
off
anything
ad
about this?
block.
No. No.
Good.
I just heard they had a DLC, and that's it.
Yali?
Hold on.
Yaldi's been a hero and he's actually doing it. He's actually doing it.
Yes.
I'm
Research is happening
I'm sorry,
live.
I'm busy. My hands are full. I've got a beer and my other hand's in my pocket.
10 extra weapons, which are mostly axes apparently. There's some sort of customizable arena mode thing. I don't know.
So it's just a general wee DLC with some extra content. It's
Is it-
nothing big and flashy.
I don't know. This thing's written really shittily.
Really
Yes, Venice.
shittily
My hands
written.
are in my pocket. What of it? I can show you my
I
pocket if
know,
you prefer.
Tickles, he's like, I refuse to
not
do
going to get
anything
back.
on your podcast. You can shove it up your ass.
Just on my phone.
Hey, look, you're all saying that this is a terrible thing to say, but I mean, at least it's got the chat going, right? My hand in my pocket. That's what we've
New
been from all the
location.
previous podcasts.
Why can't we just get a list of things?
Is
List
it
of things
I
coming
think
to
the
game
only-
would be
the-
really
the-
nice.
to sum it up, what we want to know is whether it's going to have any additional content, like it's not weapons.
Aye,
New
there's a-
level.
New
yeah,
level.
New levels
New
content.
level. Called Rise of the Giant or something.
Yeah,
Mate.
Rise of the Giant. I've just found
It's
it on
already-
Steam.
The Cavern is what the new area is called.
It's already got more than Destiny's add-ons, all of them accumulated.
Toasty
Yeah.
lava pools, 10 new enemy types.
I'm having fun with this. You can shove your opinion up your
Yeah.
ass. Yeah, right up there. Nice and comfy.
There's a
Oh,
new
there's-
hidden
There's
level.
female skins, because apparently
Oh.
people wanted that.
Female skins.
I know, right?
There's a
But the
flying
females
pet,
have a
which
different
is-
skin, Serena. I thought we had the same type of skin.
Racist.
We're a little special.
Fucking
And there's a Christmas tree skin.
It's nicer.
But-
They don't know if they haven't said if it's a female Christmas tree or a male Christmas tree. Apparently,
it's a
but-
gender neutral
Non-binary
Christmas tree.
tree.
That's why.
The internet's never
but,
happy.
You know, it might have balls, it might not. Then we'll find out.
The internet's never happy, is it? Because it was recently, was it Battlefield or something like that that had female general in the game, and then the internet
Everyone-
kicked off, and then
Yeah.
now we're getting that as a DLC. Like, oh, by the way, you can be a girl now.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got the Steam page. It has a list. New levels, new bosses, new content. 10 new enemies, 13 new weapons / skills, skins, like Serena said, and that's
Female
it.
skins.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Female
would be
skins,
cheap. It
florist
would be
skins,
quite
and
cheeky
Christmas
if they were to ask for money for that.
Fuck it, it's all free anyway.
Yeah.
It's all free. That was my next question. Is
Yeah.
it paid for? Is it for?
Oh,
is
that's
it free?
good.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really fun game to stream for the streamer and the community the viewers
Much
that are
is
watching,
dead sell to buy, like the outright.
like
just the
15,
basic.
20 quid.
Is it?
15, 20 quid.
So you're talking
It's
8 quid
currently
on CD keys?
$21.99.
Yeah, I think it was like 15 on early access.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, it's 22 now.
Because it does look like a game I want to play. It's like a Metroid sort of game, isn't it?
Think of like
Sorry.
Dark Souls, but in a 2D version.
Oh,
Like-
you
Yeah.
have to go back for your Mad Soul things, don't you? That's right. Aye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty fucking. It's pretty difficult, especially unless you get really OP like Serena and I did. Like,
Or if you're grim and you just take it incredibly slowly.
oh my
ahead.
god, it took fucking ages.
It took
to
about 3 hours to get like through the few
I think
levels that you could run in about 5
He's getting
seconds.
one of
Yeah,
those gamers that he encounters an enemy and he sets up camp and fucking gets the binoculars to study them
Oh, yeah.
before he ever does it.
Yeah,
You know?
studies them, analyzes it, sets up a plan, sits at a safe distance, and slowly kills them.
Oh yeah,
Just-
like whereas with me and Serena, it's like enemies.
Learn by doing. Learn
Oh no, it
by
wasn't.
doing.
No, Tickles, that was you. Mine was just like, and train everyone as I sprint it through the level.
Yeah, I know, it was great. But there is certain combos in that game that are ridiculous. Like at one point, Serena and I had it was all like fire or something like that, and like it was plus 100 damage, plus 100 damage, and then plus
We
another
broke
100 damage.
the game in the end.
Yeah, like you could one hit enemies, and it was so much fun. We still didn't win the game,
I
but it
think you
was so
can
much.
hit one of the bosses as well.
Oh, it was amazing. I was like, I'm quite worried. Didn't need to worry.
Mm-hmm. But talking about playing games together, Tickles is thinking about, well, he's going to do a stream after the podcast, but it's not decided whether we're doing Jackbox or Marbles. So over the course of the stream, put it in chat what one you guys would rather play for an hour after this podcast, whether it be Jackbox or Marbles. And we'll decide what we're doing after we go live. But have you seen that Epic? It seems that Epic Games have a 5-year plan to take over from Steam. Have we seen this?
I've heard about it, and I don't like it.
Yeah, me either.
I'll read a wee bit into it, right?
We made Fortnite, so we're just obviously going to make way better plans.
We have Ninja on our side, and he's the best streamer.
He has pink hair.
So the Epic CEO says the only way to displace Steam is with exclusives, good prices, and better revenue sharing. Epic CEO Tim Sweeney has spoken at length about the company's push into digital storefront frontier, and what it might take to displace Steam from the market dominance. In an interview with MCV, Sweeney explained that it will take exclusives, decent prices, and fairer revenue share with studios, not necessarily the rolling out of new features. That's one of the biggest complaints about Epic Store. It lacks features. Indeed, it didn't have a search tool until recently. It didn't even have a forum until recently because everybody was going on to Steam. Remember that? But Sweeney points out that there's no use taking on a dominant storefront, i.e. Steam, unless the exclusive prices and developer relationships are there. So, like, before I read more on it, how do you feel about it? Do you think they've got a chance to take on Steam?
No.
Everyone hates Epic, apart from kids. And then the kids grow up, and then they're like
There's
Steam.
no way. Like,
I feel like
there's
it's going
one
into it
thing-
too optimistic.
There's one thing that PC gamers hate the most, and it's exclusivity. They hate
That's what you find on consoles.
things being forced upon one platform.
Yeah.
Like,
Buy
Oculus
this,
tried it.
you can play
Oculus
them.
tried making Oculus-only games, and fucking people were like, no way. You better make this for the Vive as well, otherwise I'm not going to fucking play it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because there's another Phoenix Point release. Phoenix Point, they're the lead developer of Phoenix Point. He released a wee video today, and it was about how he's taking Phoenix Point to Epic Store for an exclusive for a year. And what was the other?
Money?
It was
And they've got the money right now. So
Metro Exodus went on an Epic Store. It went to Epic Store on an exclusive, and Valve people went to the Valve forums and were bombarding it with hate because of the fact that it's now going to be exclusive on there. And it's like, what was it Valve were talking about? Off-topic review bombs. Like, it literally took Metro Exodus's like gaming score way down with these people coming on because it's moved, not because the game's bad, but because it's moving. So you're right, Yaldi, people don't like this exclusiveness, but like Valve were talking about how they are going to like go into the reviews and see that block of time where people were negatively reviewing it because of that. They're going to remove those reviews from the review pool so it doesn't impact its rating. How do you feel about that?
I don't agree with that because it's the one way that the games community can just be like, we don't like this. It's
Yeah.
an aspect about the game.
Yeah, it's an aspect. It's not an in-game aspect, but it's an aspect.
But it's an aspect about the game. That's
Yeah.
that's a choice that the game developers have made. They've made that choice to put it onto this platform. And like not many games can have the same sort of situation that Metro did. They had it on Steam. They agreed to have it on. And then all these people pre-ordered it, and then all of a sudden they can't play it on Steam. They have to play it on Epic, which they didn't agree to. They want to play it on Steam.
Yeah.
And that's why they're like, and I don't see the problem here.
Take
I'm
it
pretty
away,
sure the
Yaldi.
people that pre-ordered it on Steam still got it on Steam.
Was it still
But
on
they-
Steam?
Yeah,
No,
the people that
what
bought
was
it
it?
on Steam before launch, it was, and then when they pulled it off, they took away the ability to buy it, but still, the people that have it on Steam can still play it through Steam.
Is that adding
'Cause
it?
I went there day one to buy the game, and it was like, we don't have it on this platform. People that have it, you can still play it, but we don't have it here anymore.
So do
can't
you
buy
have it on Steam then? Because you pre-ordered it, Yaldi?
No,
No.
I didn't pre-order it. I went to buy it day one. Then it
Oh,
was
right.
a message on the actual store page that says, if you
But I-
pre-ordered the game, you can still play it. But
I like the
we're
fact
not
that
selling the game
I
to
like the
platform
fact that the community can be seen in that way to be like
That's why the
why
community's still on Steam, because
why-
the game still exists on Steam.
why shouldn't the public be able to tell this game developer in some way because they can't do it on
Mm.
Epic? They don't have a forum page. Why
Yeah,
why
but,
shouldn't they be like why shouldn't they fucking review bomb them because they made a bad choice?
I feel like all the bad reviews, they shouldn't be removed, but I think they should be moved because they need all of the reviews still there for people to know that people were complaining and they weren't happy about the move, but it shouldn't be as a direct review on the game.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
let's
that
say
should be
you're looking-
separate.
Yeah, it should be separate from people actually reviewing the game to say this is a good game or a bad game.
Because
Here's
some
problems
people,
with
like you're saying,
the
Serena,
actual content.
some people will just look at the overall score, and because
Yeah.
these reviews are in there, it's the overall scores brought down.
Yeah, like
say from a
someone-
90% to a 60%. Do you know
yeah,
what I
like
mean?
if someone new is coming to Metro, they don't know about any of it. They don't know about the game really. They've just seen a trailer and thought, yeah, this looks alright. They see all these terrible reviews, and they're not going to read every review and realize why they're bad. They're just going to see a bad score and say, yeah, I don't want this, and they could
Yeah.
miss out on a great
But
game.
has it taught the game developers a lesson?
I don't think so, because
No.
they're going to get their money. People that want
They're
to play
gonna
the
get their
game
money,
are going to
but-
go to Epic anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like half
What-
the people
what's
that
that
were
game gonna
badly reviewing it went to Epic and bought the game.
What's
know
that
what I
game
mean?
going to be remembered for?
It's
At
going
the
to be
moment-
remembered negatively for its move to Epic Store.
And that's what I mean. I
But
think
it's
they
going to be
have been
remembered.
taught. I think they have been taught a lesson here, to not be the way they have been in the release of this game. Like it's because you got to admit that what they did was pretty shady. Like it's a really shady thing to do.
Yeah.
Like,
They
if
didn't give a
they'd
shit
have
about the
gone
community.
to
Based on
Epic initially. If
Mhm.
initially they'd have said, right, we're going to launch on Epic as an exclusive, and hadn't even mentioned Steam, then it
totally
would have been
fine.
different. Like, people still might not have liked it, because it could be a trust thing with Epic or whatever. Because I know some people don't trust certain launches and all that, but, the
No,
fact
I'm
that they
totally with you.
moved-
I'm totally with you on that. Like 100%. If they had went this I brought it up a couple of times because it's the only game on Epic that at one point I'm going to have to download Epic again, because it's the one game that I want to play is World War Z, and that's only coming on Epic. But they're not going to get fucking review bombed on Steam because they went to Epic Original. They've not
Right, well,
misled anyone.
I'll
They've-
read a wee bit of the article, right? Once our team has identified the anomalous activity as an off-topic review bomb, we'll mark the time period it encompasses and notify the developer, Valve wrote. The reviews within that time period will then be removed from the review score calculation. Off-topic comment will include obvious things such as storefront changes and exclusive publishing deals, and also complaints that are not related to but not actually about games, including the presence of DRM and changes to the EULAs. Valve said the general Steam user doesn't really care about that sort of thing, and so for most most users' review scores are more accurate if those complaints are excluded, and users do not get into that at that level are more often willing to dig a little deeper before making their purchases. So what they're saying there is like people are just going to look at the overall review score. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people aren't going to read, and that's the reason they're taking it out. But like, I agree with them on certain situations and on certain points, and then I disagree at the other points. I agree with you, Tickles, and that, but I also agree with you, Serena. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see both sides of the argument, but how do you
what
resolve
they've said there is
that?
they're not removing the reviews; they're just removing them from the score calculation.
Mm-hmm.
So the reviews will still be there for people to see, but they won't be put into the calculation of the score it will receive.
Aye,
Which
it's a
is a
decent
bit better.
fix. It's a decent fix. The reviews themselves will remain in place, allowing those who want to dig deeper to do so, but the store page will be marked to indicate that off-topic review activity was detected and removed from the score. So it will say next to the score, these reviews were removed, by the way. If you want to see these reviews that have been removed, here's a link to them. The review graph will also indicate which segment is offering reviews and has been removed from the score.
So does that mean that somebody's going to be continuously observant towards the reviews on Metro on Steam?
It seems like it's going to be somebody's got to be vigilant towards all reviews on Steam. So there's no off topic. It's not just for Metro. Metro's just the example they're using. Because it's a high profile one.
I'm not going to go into much detail about this, but there has been something that's happened recently. There was that shooting thing that happened. Was it? Well, I don't know what country it was in.
I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest.
Okay, right. There was. Do you guys not know? I'm not going to go into much detail about this. Yaldi, did you know?
No.
Okay, right. There's been this shooting thing recently that was in a mosque, and I think it was in a mosque. I'm really not sure. Maybe, or either that or a church, something like that.
It was a mosque.
Was it a mosque?
Yeah.
And it was either in Norway or
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
And a lot of people were killed. And the guy, the shooter, I think he actually streamed it as well.
For fuck's sake.
And he also name dropped PewDiePie. And because the internet's a fucked up place, lots and lots of people on Steam had changed their name to promote what he had done on Steam. They changed their name on Steam to that. So a lot of people recently have been banned. Their accounts have been completely banned on Steam, I think, due to that. So I mean, it seems like it's slightly a lot off topic to talk about this, but it shows that Steam actually are quite vigilant about these things. In this case, a game developer's been wronged because their game's great, but they've made a wrong choice. A lot of people have got the backup about it. And this thing that's happening with the shooting thing, there are people at Steam, and Steam get a lot of stick because they're renowned for being money grabbed and things like that, but they have actually got people that are vigilant about these things, and they're making sure that these things don't happen. And I feel like Candonian hates Steam.
Candonian, he openly admitted to his hatred of Steam when he was on here.
I mean, that's better.
But I mean, he was the game developer that was on last week, Serena, and that doesn't believe that copywriting is a thing on coding, which is questionable.
I'd say if it's been published and it's got copyright against it, then yeah.
I mean, that was my argument, but you know, he's
talking about game developers. Have we seen what Discord are bringing? Discord are bringing a new function to Discord.
I did hear about this.
It's basically like they're going to be selling verified servers for game devs. It's there. Starting now, we're mixing up some tapioca starts and thickening up verified servers for devs in a big way. For a small development fee, devs will have access to store channels and news channels. Once approved, they'll receive a verified checkmate, get vanity perks, and appear in the server discovery. But that is so as you can sell your games directly through Discord in your server. So, like, I don't exactly know how it's going to work because this article doesn't really cover it very well because it's just like kind of announcing it. But hopefully we'll have more on it next week. But it's a new feature coming to Discord. People like, because I know Candonian is running his alpha through Discord, and it's bringing a lot of tools to help game developers that are running alphas through Discord and stuff like that. So that's something to keep your eye out for, man.
I think that's just something Discord's doing that it's probably what Epic's trying to get at, which is they're taking on Steam. Like the Discord marketplace and like their store, they haven't got many great games in there yet, but like even
Competition's
just in, like,
good, ain't it? That's the main thing.
Yeah, but even just like their whole integration of being able to launch other games from other places through Discord, like they're on the right path to be able to take on Steam. And this is just like
they're popular enough, they've got enough users, that's for sure.
yeah, they've already got the users, and they're just allowing
Thunder.
people to build more communities around the games as well.
We're talking about something that we're actually talking about something that Candonian said last week, and that's that you've got the original thing that comes out. So we used the example last week of I think it was MySpace and like Bebo or whatever the fuck. Somebody reminded me that Bebo existed.
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 But then all of a sudden Facebook comes along, and that means that the original is completely overwhelmed, and that's it fucked, right? And I think that might be what Epic are trying to do right now. They've got a lot of momentum, and they've got enough money. So what they're trying to do is take over the market, just like the secondary thing should have, or should.
Because it's learned from the mistakes of the forebear and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And it can clean up.
You say that though, but they didn't have a search bar for that. How long now?
I know.
Search bar is a fucking basic thing.
Until recently, have they needed a search bar? Have they had like? Because like, look at like Battle.net launcher. Don't think it has a search bar, but even then doesn't need it because it doesn't have as many
It
games.
has 6 games, that's why.
Exactly. So until recently, has Epic even needed a search bar because they've just been a launcher for like 5 or 6 games. So I think.
Do we know how many games have been added to Epic?
I don't know. I do not.
No
know.
idea, but I remember before they updated the actual thing, it was literally just like the Unreal Engine, Unreal Tournament, the free-to-play one. Like, then I can't remember. It was like
I remember
like,
this
there was
because
like 4 games. I think Paragon was on there, and that's not on there anymore because it's cancelled.
I wanted to play that so much. Sorry.
It was quite fun. It was like Smite, but good.
Yeah, it looked amazing graphically. It was by far the best looking MOBA out there. Like it really was. But I was too into Dota.
They did
Dota
a good
was
thing
too
with
strong.
that. They released all the assets for free for that game.
Is Thunder okay?
Yes, Thunder's okay. He's just really hyper the new.
Epic is only one word away from epic fail.
He's right.
What?
He's just right.
I think that is actually the biggest thing that they have to contend with. It's not the amount of games that they have on their market. It's not about the percentage in which they're going to give the game developed. It's not going to be any of these things. It's just going to be simply trying to overcome the fact that everyone hates them.
But I don't see why people hate them. Like, I don't get it. What did they
Because
what
they made
did do?
Fortnite.
But is that really a reason they hate them?
Yeah.
Like
I don't understand
point, right?
I don't understand your point of view right now. What do you mean? They created Fortnite, so therefore they deserve to burn. Like
Fortnite
somehow,
really-
huh?
Like, Fortnite really annoys me because like I followed Fortnite for like a good year and a half before the game was released because it was going to be like a cool, interesting like.
It did look really
shooter
good
thing.
initially.
And then it came out and it was like this save the world thing. I was like, right, cool, this is pretty interesting. Then they're like, Battle Royale, go!
Oh,
And
no,
fucking
but
about
they
50
needed
million
it.
children came in. You're like,
No, but they needed
I
the
just
Battle
imagine-
Royale.
I just imagine Yaldi like out in the open, just like la 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 la, walking down the street,
So-
and like
army of
100 million children. He's like, just
a
Imagine like scenes from Imagine like Lord of the Rings just coming over the hill, just shouting.
is that dwarves or
we
children?
need Gandalf. Where is
He's
he?
bleeding the children.
Oh no! That's our army. No, Rohan.
Oh.
Um,
It's not what happened to Fortnite. Like the initial end of the world, save the world, end of the world, same thing. Like it looked really good. It was absolute trash at launch. I can say it. I paid for it. I wish I had my money back. And yeah, they needed the battle royale to save their game, and now it's just got scary with small children.
I didn't like the game before I even knew anything about the game.
But
Like,
Fortnite,
it
you still talk about
It was a
Fortnite.
Yeah.
fun thing. Like you could build a wee base and then you would
No,
protect.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't any of those things. It wasn't any of those things
Then
that
build a tower game.
do you know what it was that immediately got my point of view on? Was somebody, I can't remember who it was in my stream, but I was with Serena at the time, I'm pretty sure. And I think we were playing PUBG and they're like, have you played Fortnite? And I was like, mate, you've spelt night wrong.
Oh god. Yeah.
And it really annoyed me. And they're like, no, that's how it's spelled. And I'm like, is it fuck?
We had
So I
a whole
looked it
argument
up.
about this.
That's
I
how the
remember.
Americans spell night, though, is it no?
No, it's fucking not.
Well, they've got loads of different spellings for different words, same words that we've got here.
Yeah,
haven't they?
like, no, they say words wrong. That's the difference. Like, aluminium. It's not aluminum, it's aluminium. But, like, with Fortnite, though, there's no fucking excuse for spelling it that way. And that pissed me off, and I was like, I'm not downloading this. And then I
It's happened, it's
eventually
cool, but-
downloaded it, and I got really tired of 10-year-olds beating the shit out of me because their parents don't want to bring them up, so they just say, play that, you'll be in great company. And it pissed me off even more. Because I'm sitting here trying to stream with some kid that's teabagging me, and I'm all like,
Quit teabagging me, you wee
fuck
bastard!
is this shit? It made me hate my kid. Like, I'm so angry.
How can you
It
hate
made me
cake?
hate my kids.
You
That's
can't
not true, I
hate
don't-
cake.
I've never hated my kids. But no, like, I fucking, honestly, like, I can't even when I was streaming it with you, Serena, like, every single time that everyone was
Oh,
like,
you get
how's it
so
going?
salty.
Everyone was like, how's it going? I'm like, I'm shit. I'm playing Fortnite. I'm playing Fortnite. I'm shit.
Why did you
Fortnite?
play it then?
Because I was at the time I was playing with people that wanted to play certain games. So I was trying to
Because all the rest of us were playing it.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
trying
Peer
to
pressure.
yeah, pretty much.
He
I
was
was
trying to be
to
nice, and that's just against his nature. That's all.
but no,
Your
do you know
pressure
that's actually
sensibilities.
that is a problem with streaming, and I think all of us stream here, and that is a problem when you're streaming. That sometimes you stream games not because you enjoy them, simply because you know that's what the viewers.
No, never done that.
No, but no, that's the thing though. That's the thing though.
I've
There
never
are
done that.
people that do that, but you know that's
Ask
the thing.
Yaldi. Oh, Yaldi.
But
Yaldi hates me.
Oh, yeah.
we all know that you love Sim. We all know that you love
No,
yes,
no.
but-
Let me tell you a tale of 5 years ago.
All right.
He was
Oh.
doing well. He had like maybe he would get about 70 concurrent viewers like every night, maybe jump up to 400 on peaks. And then for like about 4 months, he decided he was going to play Call of Duty Ghosts fucking Aliens mode,
Loved it.
and
Brilliant.
everyone was like, "Stop playing Call of Duty Ghosts! Nobody wants to see this." And then everyone left,
And I was still playing.
and then
Ghosts.
his channel
This
died.
is still brilliant.
and he went on hiatus for like 3 years.
I feel like that's just like
Still
something
playing
you've
Call
got
of
to
Duty
build
Ghosts.
up as you
But I play
stream
Call
them.
of Duty Ghosts next community
No.
friends night.
No. Sorry, Serena, what were you gonna say?
No, I think that is just a stream thing because you'll see some people they'll play one game and they'll blow up with that one game, and that's what the audience will build around. And it's just how people want to build their stream as to whether you want to build it as people who watch for you or watch for a game.
Yeah.
It's like when pros who stream they switch games, and you'll see they'll tank views even
Yeah,
though
it's
they
just
can be some of the biggest streamers on the platform for a few months while they're on this one game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it happened with a lot of Overwatch streamers recently. A lot of the pros have switched over. Some went to Fortnite. I know a few have gone over to Apex because that it's gonna have a pro season and like a scene of it soon. And a lot of them switched over, and the viewer base has dropped because they weren't watching for the person; they were watching for the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And they were watching the person because he was really good at that game. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Then,
They just
like-
want good gameplay of that game, and if you're not supplying it, they'll go to the next person who is.
Yeah,
No,
they'll
there's
go
There's
to
a
the
lot of
next
Twitch
pro.
viewers like that. Yeah, of course there is.
I
Of course there is.
I don't know about you guys, but I read this. I think it was in the past week that right. So Ninja, he's obviously running for playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
What a guy. And he, but when Apex, just before Apex actually released, they paid him $1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah, supposedly, Google it if you want. Supposedly, Apex paid the Ninja $1 million because
He
they
demanded it,
knew
didn't
that they knew that if he came off of Fortnite, that his viewership would tank, and it did. But the thing is, though, he continued to play it for I think it was a good couple of days, maybe a week.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he was back on Fortnite, and that's where he's been ever since. Like, they basically paid him to play this game for a week.
Aye.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's-
because they knew that would also help with the launch of it. Like, obviously,
Oh,
because
of
they launched
course.
out of nowhere with no marketing, and it's like, okay, that's a risky move, but they managed to get the streamers and the YouTubers to do the push for them.
Yeah.
And whether the streamers and YouTubers went back to whatever they were doing afterward, they had that push, and people knew about the game.
Yeah.
And that's all it took.
And that's the
But
thing.
the
though,
game was
that-
good enough for a sneak out. It was good
Yeah,
enough.
they had
Do
to
you
be
know what I mean?
confident it was good enough to keep people interested after that initial hype.
I can't think of a game that has been released in such a fucking genius way as Apex.
Metal
Oh, yeah,
Gear
but-
Solid
also
4 was
just-
released in the exact same way. It was the first sneak out in gaming history.
Yeah.
When that
they
was Solid
just-
Snake,
all-
it was just
all they did-
perfect. Mwah.
Because the thing is though, I'm starting to feel like there's so many games nowadays that they build all this hype
Oh,
around
God.
and it's like
Anthem.
Anthem. I was going to use that. Yep, Anthem is like, Anthem's going to be amazing, Anthem's going to be this and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden it tanks. And it's really, really
Because it
terrible.
get
Like,
compared to Destiny.
no, it's not.
Destiny
It's
was
not.
like,
It's,
You
it's
ain't
not
me,
because
not a great
bitch.
game.
it's not because it got compared to Destiny. It's because it got released probably a year sooner than it should have. Because it was full of bugs. It was barely playable. Like it's like even now, like I've got a pretty good PC. Like Serena and I have similar PCs, right?
Aye,
And
I
I-
remember
We-
watching
we
you
were
play that.
dropping
And
frames
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
my CPU was up at 100%, GPU was up at 100%, RAM was at 100%, all this other shit, right? And
Oh,
like
my
it's the
computer
only
needed an inhaler at the end.
yeah,
literally.
like honestly, it's unplayable in a lot of ways. And even now, the loot on it is unbelievable. You can't get the best that you can in Destiny, for example, and that's why they compare it to Destiny, because in essence, it is a shooter looter. That's what it is, a shooter looter. But Apex though, they didn't do that. They didn't say, "Guys, we've got this game coming out. It's going to be amazing." They just released the game, and then a couple of people played it, and they paid a couple of big streamers to stream it. That they knew that they could get, like Dr. Disrespect. He's been playing Apex for fucking ages now.
Yeah.
And he's got what 60,000, 70,000 sometimes people watching him.
Yeah.
70,000. Fuck off with the David. Supposedly my name is David.
Of course.
But yeah, seriously though,
Then also, if they had marketed
don't-
it, like, if they had, no one would have been interested. Because imagine having another game company saying, yeah, instead of making Titanfall 3 a game everyone really wants and loves, we are using that world and that physics and those guns to make another battle royale.
yeah,
Everyone would have said, fuck off, we don't want that. We've got 20 million battle royales, we don't need something else, give us Titanfall 3. And everyone would have written it off instantly just because of what it is. It's managed to do well because, well, it's a solid game.
I
And they
really,
did kill it.
it's got a new feel to the battle royale as well. It's got the heroes, which is nice. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's almost the Overwatch aspect, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah, it's
yes.
taken over Overwatch
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, it brings that sort of hero shooter sort of mode to a
Certain-
battle
certain-
royale.
Yeah, certain skills and combinations.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? The thing I like about that is in 6 months down the line, people are still going to be going, oh, have you seen this new team composition? It's fucking amazing, and it's got to be something people haven't seen before, because people will just be going, let's try this, let's try this. That's what I like about Apex. Like, I don't like battle royales, and you're all playing it in PC, and mine's a toaster and probably can't play it. But, do you know what I mean? I really like to watch Apex. It's a really fun game to watch, man. Like, if I had to play it, I'd probably go that Mirage guy. I fucking really like the look of that guy, fucking sending the wee fucking pretend
I think
people.
Mirage is a girl.
Is it? It looks like a guy.
Okay.
Looks like a guy.
Right, never mind.
Hey, somewhere in the middle, leveler on the line.
Has Yaldi managed to achieve something that has been?
No, Master of Pigeons asked, does everyone have a green screen but no one is using it? And Yaldi made himself invisible rather than the green screen.
No, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do that shit for ages, and he's just gone.
He's just done it on the fly.
Yeah.
No, he's just become a chair.
I just knew it. Like I knew what he was doing there. What he was doing there. He just was gonna go like, I'm not saying anything anyway, so I'm just gonna go down here and I'm just gonna wait to see how long it takes them. I noticed, mate, but I just was like, no, I'm not gonna get. I'm gonna if he's gonna do that, I'm gonna make his back hurt doing it.
Actually, I went down there to pick up a rubber thing that I dropped, and I was like, I've been down here for way too long. I can't come back up now. So just decided, I was like, I'll just stay here.
you know what you should have done? It's got like just. I mean, this is my imagination running wild right now, but got a stick, right, and then got like a bit of paper, right, and then just drawing yourself on the bit of paper with two little hands, and then just
I
be
was-
like,
I was looking for my little Pac-Man. I was gonna go there.
It was
Didn't work.
almost as good as Stewie's fucking Digi, man.
oh god,
That clip is fucking fantastic.
No,
It's
I
the
went
most,
down there to get that rubber thing. I
most
couldn't get it.
perfectly
We,
timed clip in
uh,
existence.
I can Serena, did you see when we put Stewie behind the wall because he wanted to keep out the Mexicans?
No. I've heard of this, like, but I don't think I've seen it.
Stewie get put behind a wall because that's where he. That's
He
where
actually did
belongs.
get put behind the wall because you know, he wanted to put the Mexican.
It's
I can't
where
even remember. He
belongs.
was actually talking about something like that, and I was like, put a wall there. Then you got
Yeah.
Viper, that's a communist. He's tried to sell communism on the podcast for the past.
See, I don't understand why America wants to put up between them and Mexico. Mexico has some solid ass food. Like,
The SNS in Viper stands for Stalin.
Serena, he's hiding. He's behind you. Stewie's behind you.
oh damn.
Oh god.
It's just hiding behind a wall in my pile of junk. I love it.
He recently said to me, right? So we all know about this patch thing that I've got to check my blood sugar, right?
Mhm.
He goes like this. He's like, "Oh, I saw some girl at the bar," and I was like, I had to walk up to her and be like, "Oh, so you're a diabetic?" And I'm like,
Smooth.
Best shut up line.
Smooth, Stewie.
right? And then he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "How's that working out for you?" I mean, because and I was like, I didn't know what to fucking say. So the only thing that came to my mind was like, I'm so fucking glad that my lifelong fucking
Ailment.
ailment has given you the opportunity to walk up to some random women and chat them up. I'm so glad that I was an excuse for that. Thank you so much.
Do you have diabetes? Because I've got a friend that's got
I've got a
diabetes.
What a coincidence! We should probably have some sex. Like, no, Stewie, that's not how it works.
He likes me, so you should like me. That's how it works, ain't it?
Yeah, because all diabetics have a hive mind, so if they're friendly, just
That's
fuck
it.
them off.
My queen, I can hear her speaking to me. Like, seriously. It's just- Okay, well, I feel like what's the next thing? Have we got something else?
The next thing I was going to ask is, what if people decided that we're going to play when we go to Tickles' stream? I've got one more topic we can go to, and then it'll be that. So is it going to be Jackbox or is it going to be marbles? My vote goes for marbles, so as I can play
I'm
Destiny
gonna
in
go
the
for
background.
marbles. I'm gonna go for marbles too, but it's up to you guys. Give me
It's
another
looking-
minute, guys.
It's looking like marbles then, folks. But
We're back.
what have we got planned on our channels for next week? Have you got anything planned next week, Serena? In particular?
My plan is I fuel my addiction to Apex and I become even more of a filthy tryhard. Yeah.
My plan is similar, but it includes Destiny and Gambit mode specifically. That's my plan. Become a sweaty tryhard in Destiny.
See, I actually really wanted to try all that when it came out, but then I looked in my wallet and said, yeah, this ain't happening.
See if you've got a competent team, right? If you've got a competent
Yeah.
3 other people that you like to play video games with, Gambit is perfect. It's such a fun game mode. The only
Yeah.
bastard thing about it is you have to grind to be competitive because everybody's sitting away up really high light just now and all the light stuff's active when you get into that mode.
Oh yeah, I mean, me and everyone I play with, we don't tend to try to be good. We tend to just fuck around. Like, you've seen how Tickles plays games? I'm very close to that. Just we don't go for skill, we go for fuckery.
In our Destiny clan, we've got a few teams like we've got our sweaty tryhard, the people that you know are going to be sweaty tryhards, and then you've got your people that you're like, right, don't expect these guys to be good because they're we're here for a laugh.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but Gambit's one
Yeah.
of the modes. Don't go into Gambit Prime specifically with a sweaty tryhard team because you won't have fun.
No.
What about you, Yaldi? What you doing this week? You working on anything specific? Any?
Sekiro's out on Friday.
Oh, I forgot about that.
What was it?
Sekiro.
What was it?
Sekiro's out on Friday.
Friday.
Hero.
Yes, Condoni, and I do think we could do the podcast from Insomnia. I think that's going to have to be what's happening because I'm away and I'll be at Insomnia with you, unless somebody else wants to take the podcast that week and we can appear as guests, because obviously I won't have my PC. We'll sort something out, but you'll have a PC and that there. We'll sort something out, aye. But I'll be away that the Sunday of Insomnia. What's the date of that Sunday? It's April something. No, it's
Are
not.
you going to Insomnia, Serena?
No.
Okay. End of
No,
that subject.
I went to one of them a while ago, and I'll be honest, it was underwhelming.
Ah, yes, you're right, Papa. That'll be me away again, but I'll be back. Don't worry. It's the 18th to the 22nd, so I think we're away. So I think it'll be the 21st is the podcast day. Sunday the 21st.
What month? What month?
Next month, April. April 21st. I don't know, I'll just check the date. Is it the 21st? It's a Sunday in April.
Yeah, it is.
I just
Yes, it is.
I don't think that I can cope with the few people that hated when I done it last time. So you can ask someone else. Serena, you want to host the podcast?
Can't, not Scottish.
Yes, you can. She's Scottish as fuck. Put your Scottish accent on.
You can't.
See? Scottish. There you go.
She need a
It's
Jimmy
about
hat
all
and you'll
I-
sort it.
It's about all I've been able to say in the accent. That's it. I tried to go any further and just entered it. I went a bit Irish with it before, and it was
Yeah, you did.
not good.
When you done it here, it was just. I think you went from Jamaican to Russian. Swiss.
It was like a Jamaican Russian with a background of Ireland.
A Jamaican Russian.
Yeah.
Don't even know where to start with that, man. Fucking Jamaican Russian.
Just
But right,
me and
Tickles,
accents just don't
if
go
you
well.
want to go and start your stream up with your wee countdown and shit like that, we'll be playing marbles.
All right.
We're playing marbles tonight. But thank you for watching, guys and girls. We had Mr. Tickles with us, who we're going to be going and playing marbles with in 5 minutes. Serena, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure having you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And YaldiTime, you can come back up
He's a
whenever you
great
want,
chap.
by the way. You don't have to hide below your desk. But thank you for coming, YaldiTime. And we will see you all next time, guys and girls.
Bye.
See you in Tickles' stream for some marbles. Good night. We'll build this network on Scots with solar building.
It's the motherfucking snake pie.
Snake pie, motherfucker.
Scots with soul.
I...